Well, hello there, motherfuckers. It's time for your Raw preview. Now I wish I could get excited. I wish I could, lie like the rest of everybody else on here in the YWC, and promote it's Ambrose. I'm all for Ambrose. We got the Ambrose Asylum. I don't really understand. I thought the Ambrose Asylum was canceled and replaced with the fucking highlight reel. You know, the Asylum replaced the highlight reel, then the highlight reel replaced the Asylum, and now the Asylum is replacing the highlight reel once again, I suppose. Now that the feud with Jericho is over, the one-on-one feud anyway. So now we've got Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns on Ambrose Asylum. So you would say that normally if we actually had creative writers, if we actually had people that gave a fuck what was going on the show, you could have something stimulating happen here. You could have a big pull apart brawl. But we're not going to get that. We're probably going to have Roman Reigns maybe landing one punch or going for a Superman punch. Rollins ducks out of the way and then runs out of the ring. We're probably going to get some lame ass dialogue because they don't know how to write. They give these guys scripts to read from and they're not even good scripts. We're going to get some lame goofiness from Dean Ambrose. Once again, as I said in the past, Ambrose has got a lot of potential. I understand why the IWC's up his ass, but the way how he's presented, I can't really get behind this guy that much. As a talent, I'm behind Ambrose, but as he's displayed on TV, I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of the guy and his potential, but the current way how he is being shown on TVs, he's just another guy. Just like my dad said, he's just a guy in a fucking black wife beater and jeans. Other than that, with some messy hair, that's all he is. And he doesn't really have the a character. Like I've given examples in the past of what we could do with Ambrose. We could have had a really interesting storyline with him and Triple H playing mind games and stalking Stephanie. I had all these ideas planned out from when he debuted, but I'm a guy on the internet who's just bashing wrestling. Funny thing is, I don't bash it. Well, I do, but I actually give what's called constructive criticism. Bashing the show would just be mindless negativity. But you don't get that from me. I don't just say this, and if you notice, I don't blame wrestlers like everybody does here in the YWC. I blame the writers, I blame the bookers, and I always say what they could do with these guys. It's very rare when someone is completely worthless. As I said, it's the thing with Roman Reigns. The guy has shown that he could work, he could sell, he can be entertaining. It's just the way how he's being presented to us. For example, if Stone Cold Steve Austin was presented to us in a certain way, for example, the way how Stone Cold was presented in WCW, he didn't really he looked like somebody, but he was being presented as a nobody. The same thing with Dean Ambrose. The guy does have a certain look to him, but the way how he's being presented is fucking horseshit. They're not presenting him in a very presentable way. So I'll always go back to that. If Stone Cold continued the way he was in WCW, he wouldn't be the big star he's known for being today. And it's the same thing with Ambrose. So this little Ambrose Asylum thing, it's going to be putting us to fucking sleep. And I might actually fall asleep like I did the last time with Raw. I'm going to be fucking knocked out cold. I'm going to be bored out of my mind. Rollins returned. I should be excited. I should be happy. This talented guy returned after months and months of being out. But instead, we're going to be fucking snoozing. A lot of people are going to be, changing the channel, or they might fall asleep on top of their remote and it might flip to the Lifetime channel, and it's probably something more entertaining on there. Maybe someone will fall down the stairs like in one of those Lifetime moves. I don't fucking know. That would be more hardcore than what's going on WWE television nowadays. I'm looking at what else is planned. What is Cena? What does the Bullet Club have planned for Cena? At this point, I don't even care. I want to see the match, at Money in the Bank, but it's not going to end up, there's not going to be any interesting build up. I didn't really care for the promo last week. Uh, they don't really have anything interesting for this Raw. Everyone's excited. Yeah, brand split and all that, but we got the brand split. We don't even know what's going to go on with it. Who's running what show? All this stuff should have been decided before they made this announcement. Now we're like 2, 3 weeks, post the big announcement, and we still don't see any signs of improvement. We don't see any excitement. You would think that once they made that announcement, they'd start turning things up a bit, but it still feels the same. So this is why I keep telling people, when they have the brand split, when the brand extension actually takes place, there's it's not like things are going to just suddenly change, just mystically just morph into a brand new world. We're already supposed to be in a new era, and if anything, it feels more like wrestling has de-evolved. People keep telling me wrestling is evolved, Brad. You can't expect wrestling to have all the selling and characters that it used to have. So this is not a new era. What this is just a disastrous era. It should just be called the bad era, because it's just all bad. Bad characters, bad matches. People think now that just because a suicide dive is performed in every match, that makes it a good match. They think it's okay. People are making like NXT shows are the greatest thing of all time because the crowd chants, random shit. And, guys are like getting up after they fall off the top of a cage. I'm seeing people kick out of power bombs and instantly go to the next move. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is not the new era. This is not the next generation. This is not evolving. This is the exact opposite. If you when you look at evolution, what does that term come from? A man evolving from an ape, becoming superior, being able to form words, have opposable thumbs, things like that. So when I think about people saying that, this sports entertainment is evolving, wrestling is evolving, I would think that it would be superior, is what I'm saying. Evolution usually means that, like the faction, it's superior to everything else. But this is not superior. This is way, way worse. I'm watching old Raws and SmackDowns from 1999. Okay, so maybe the guys are doing more high flying shit, but the promos are not as entertaining. The storylines are not even existent. I turn on Raw. Last Monday night, I see guys sitting on the top of ladders. So you could see why I'm already not getting excited for the Ambrose Asylum, which is going to be a big promo. Not when someone gets a mic in their hands nowadays on Raw, it's usually time to fucking stick your fingers in there, like, because time to stick your fucking fingers in your ears and block out that terribleness. Fuck. There you go, guys. There's your Raw preview. I hope you're all excited as I am.